Welcome! Today we're going to talk about the Winco Deluxe measuring spoons. I picked these up because I wanted something a bit heavier weight. My previous set of measuring spoons, they bent too easily. In this video I'm going to be covering 4 parts. As you can see, you have 4 measuring spoons over here. 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon, 1/2 a teaspoon, and 1/4 teaspoon. All of these are stamped both in teaspoons and in milliliters. They're all connected by this ring over here. You can use this ring to hang them. The spoons themselves have a little handle, it's square, and then it transitions to a thinner piece and up to the rounder area. These measuring spoons are made of stainless steel, and as we can see, they have a thickness of about 0.045 inches, which is pretty thick. As I mentioned, what I really like about these is how durable they are. Really heavyweight construction, they don't bend very easily. I can bend them if I try, but it takes a lot more effort than some of the thinner measuring spoons I typically see. Now the one drawback I see to these in terms of functionality is the accuracy of these 2 smaller spoons. The 1/4 teaspoon and the 1/2 teaspoon. In order to assess the accuracy of these measuring spoons, I did a water test where I went in, I put together some soapy water so the surface tension of the water doesn't interfere with the results. And I measured out soapy water from each of these, and I cross-checked it against a high precision scale. I put the results up in terms of the errors I observed over my written review, but what I found is that these 2 smaller spoons, the 1/4 teaspoon and the 1/2 teaspoon respectively, have higher errors. The 1/4 teaspoon measured about 30% over, and the 1/2 teaspoon measured about 20% over. The other 2, the larger spoons, were almost spot on. So that's something to watch for. If you have a recipe that calls for a lot of precision, you may want to use a method that's a bit more accurate. This is an area where this product has a couple of problems. It needs some touch-up out of the box. The biggest of these issues is the handle. I had to go in for each of these spoons, I had to smooth out the ridges on the handle. These were really sharp. You could get cut using these. All the way from the handle to the spoon. Then the rims of the spoon were also pretty sharp, and they needed some smoothing as well. In terms of cosmetics, we can see unfortunately the casting marks. Not sure if it's visible on the camera, but you can see them right over here, these little ridges. They are visible, they have not been smoothed away. This is for really all the spoons, you can still see the casting marks. And finally, the rims themselves. These rims are really rough. And you can see like the little grooves in here from where the spoons were cast. So some of the detailing hasn't been done on these spoons, and you can clean this up yourself depending on how much time you want to spend on it. Really the most important part is to make them safe, which means smoothing out the edges on each of these spoons for the handles so that you don't get cut as you use them. So these spoons cost just over $1, which is a great price. You can get a set of okay measuring spoons at a dollar store for 99 cents. But they're not going to be as durable as these. They're not going to be as thick. Now these do have some issues. You do need to do some touch-up. But if you're okay with doing that and cleaning up those sharp edges, I think these items are well worth it. To sum things up, I'm very happy with these, and I plan to continue using them for a long time. They seem very durable. I think they're going to hold up for many years. I recommend it, but be prepared to do the polishing that I mentioned before, because it's very important you don't get scratched as you're working. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope this video was helpful, and I will do my best to respond to comments.